To start making our gulab jamun, we will take about 250 to 300 grams of mawa or khoya. This is dried whole milk. It becomes a sort of a solid mushy consistency like this. We will take about 250 to 300 grams. To this I will add about 1 cup of all-purpose flour or maida. This will act as a good bonding agent. About 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar, right? And to this we will add a little saffron, right? I've soaked the saffron in warm water for about 15 to 20 minutes so the color comes out. This will give a nice color to the inside of the gulab jamun. Okay, and what we now need to do is knead this with milk. The alternative here is you can use milk powder and water. If you're using milk powder, use water to knead it. Otherwise, use milk. So there you have it. We've finished kneading the dough. This is how it should be. It should be soft and at the same time it should not be sticky. See, it's not sticking. You will see a little bit of oiliness or fat oozing out of it. That is because of the milk and the mawa which is used. Right? So now what we need to do is roll these into small dough balls, right? And those would be fried into delicious jamuns, which will then be dipped into sugar syrup to make it a gulab jamun. So roll these into really small dough balls. Remember, the moment you put this in your sugar syrup, it will double in size. So you need to go for smaller sized balls. Moving on to the second step, we will prepare the sugar syrup. This is a very important step because this sugar syrup is what will give the entire flavor to the gulab jamun, right? I have taken about 1.2 liters of water. In this we will add about 2 whole cups of sugar. Remember, we've only added about 1 teaspoon of sugar in the dough, so the entire sweetness of the dish will come from the syrup, right? And what we need to do now is let this boil, right? So let this mixture boil up and let the sugar melt, and then we will go on to the next step in making the sugar syrup. So now the sugar is melted, the water is boiling. It's time to add some flavors, right? So we'll start with a few strands of saffron. We'll add a few strands of saffron. This will add some flavor and this will also add some color. And about a dozen of cardamom pods which are hand pounded, we will add this, and we will also add some rose water. This will bring the gulab to the gulab jamun. So rose water is basically also called as gulab jal because rose is called gulab, and that is what makes it a tasty gulab jamun. So we are adding about 1 to 2 teaspoons of rose water into this, and now we will let this boil. We will let the water levels reduce and this become a little bit thick. We just need to boil this probably for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can move on to making the jamuns. So now we'll move to making our jamuns. As you can see, I have rolled the dough into small round balls. These are really small balls. They will grow double in size, hence it has to be smaller, right? So we've heated some oil. The oil is hot, and now we start the process of frying our dough balls, right? So we'll just add in the dough balls quickly, and you need to basically fry this till it becomes a little light golden color. Don't wait for it to burn. As you can see, it's already starting to cook. You just need to keep tilting it, otherwise it will only cook on one side, and after it's cooked well, you just need to then remove it. You see this is nice and cooked, and what we will do is we will transfer this to the syrup, the sugar syrup. Transfer it while it is hot, so it will absorb all the liquid and the flavors very well. Okay, that's about it. We will continue doing the same thing for all the other jamuns, and do the same process of dipping this into the syrup. And After you finished it, you just need to keep it in the syrup for about half an hour to 1 hour, and once you've done that, your gulab jamun is ready. So there you have it, friends. Tasty gulab jamun is ready. As I mentioned earlier, the jamuns have doubled in size. If you see, each of these jamuns have doubled in size. Another thing you can see here is that we had made the sugar syrup. It was up to this level. Right now it has gone all the way down. So the entire sugar syrup has been absorbed by the jamuns. So that means it's now ready to eat. One thing I forgot to mention is that when you're frying the jamuns, make sure that you're frying on a medium or a low heat. Otherwise, what would happen is the jamun would get fried on the outside and it will remain raw inside. You don't want that. You want it to cook through. So hence you need to cook it on a low flame or a medium flame and let it take time. Probably it will take about a couple of minutes to 5 minutes depending on the heat that you're using for it to get fried properly. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and please do leave your comments, and don't forget to share this with your friends. Enjoy your gulab jamun, friends.